Okay, so everyone's been talking about this new North Korean missile launch, right?
Right.
And I've been looking through these documents called Missile Karut.
Okay.
They're basically declassified intelligence reports on the event.
Interesting.
Yeah, they are. And it seems like everyone's hitting the panic button over this one.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
definitely got people's attention.
big time.
Yeah.
So what's the big deal here? I mean, North Korea launches missiles all the time,
Oh,
right?
they do?
Like, what makes this one so different?
Well, for one thing, the international response has been pretty dramatic.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the US and South Korea immediately launched these huge joint air exercises.
Really?
Oh, yeah. They've got F-35s,
Wow.
F-15Ks, KF-16s, all their top-of-the-line fighter jets out there.
Like a show of force, basically.
Exactly. It's a very deliberate show of force. They're running precision bombing drills,
Oh, wow.
even simulating an attack on a mobile missile launcher.
A mobile missile launcher. What's that?
It's like a big truck designed to launch ballistic missiles.
So it's like
You know,
hard to track down.
exactly. Very hard to track down, which
Yeah.
makes it
Oh, I see.
a high priority target.
Okay, so they're sending a message with these drills, right?
But
Like, don't even think about it. But what exactly are they so worried about? What makes this missile so special?
Well, it's called the Hwasong-19.
Hwasong 19.
Yeah, and North Korea's claiming it's their most powerful missile yet.
Really?
Yeah, they're calling it a perfected weapon system. And, Kim Jong-un himself was at the launch.
Oh, wow.
So that's a big deal.
Yeah, it's not just some routine test then.
Definitely not.
So what does his presence actually tell us?
Well,
I mean, like, what message is he sending?
it tells us he sees this as a major achievement,
Hmm.
possibly even a game changer for their military capabilities. And they're very clearly framing this as a response to what they perceive as escalating threats from the outside world.
Right, so classic North Korea, basically.
Pretty much.
Projecting strength, trying to scare everyone off. Exactly. Okay, so there's this whole thing about the Hwasong 19 possibly being solid-fueled.
Right.
And I got to be honest, I don't really get why that's such a big deal.
Okay, so basically with liquid fuel, you have to load it into the missile before launch, right?
Okay,
Which takes time and makes the whole process pretty vulnerable.
I see.
But with solid fuel, the missile is already preloaded, so they can launch it much faster.
Ah, so it's like a quick getaway car.
Haha, yeah, something like that.
So that makes it harder to stop them, I guess.
Much harder. Other countries have less time to react.
Okay, now that makes sense.
And there's another interesting thing here.
Right.
Experts can actually tell a lot about the fuel type just by looking at the color of the exhaust plume.
Really?
Yeah, solid fuels tend to burn brighter than liquid fuels.
Ah, interesting.
And based on the photos of the Hwasong 19 launch,
Okay.
a lot of experts think it could be solid fueled.
Wow, so that would explain why everyone's so freaked out.
Right, a faster launch.
Yeah,
Harder to detect.
not a good combination.
Definitely not.
So North Korea is claiming this thing can reach the mainland U.S.?
Right.
Is that even possible?
Well, North Korea has a history of exaggerating their capabilities.
Yeah, true.
But we also can't ignore the fact that their technology has been improving rapidly.
That's true.
And their state media, KCNA, reported the Hwasong 19 flew thousands of kilometers into space.
Thousands.
Thousands before landing in the sea east of North Korea.
Wow.
So even if it can't reach the U.S. yet, that range is still a huge concern.
Yeah, absolutely.
It puts a lot of other places within striking distance.
So those joint air exercises would probably be a direct response to that then, right?
I would say so. They're clearly trying to show North Korea that they're ready to respond.
And then there's the whole nuclear issue.
Right.
Like, everyone's worried about North Korea developing nuclear-tipped missiles.
And for good reason. I mean, they've already conducted multiple nuclear tests underground.
Yeah, I remember hearing about those.
And their progress on miniaturizing nuclear warheads is a very real concern.
Miniaturizing.
Basically making them small enough to fit on a missile.
Oh, wow.
And the big question is, what type of nuclear weapons are they developing? How reliable are their claims, and what's the risk of a miscalculation, an accident?
Right.
These are all things that keep international security experts up at night.
It's kind of scary when you think about it.
It is.
Like, all this tension, this new missile, Kim Jong-un, showing up at the launch of the military response.
It's a volatile situation.
Yeah, where do we go from here?
That's the big question.
I mean, what does this mean for diplomacy, for the global balance of power?
Well, this test definitely makes denuclearization talks a lot harder.
Do you think so?
Yeah, it could easily
Sure.
lead to an escalation of tensions. So finding a way to engage with North Korea, not from a position of appeasement, but from a position of strength, is absolutely crucial.
Right, like we can't just give in to their
See,
demands.
exactly. You have to stand firm.
But at the same time, we need to find a way to talk to them.
Absolutely, communication is key.
Yeah, this whole situation, it's a stark reminder of what we're dealing with here.
Right?
A volatile, unpredictable actor
With increasingly powerful weapons.
and a potential global reach
It's a dangerous combination.
and a future none of us want to see.
That's for sure.
Well, thanks for breaking all that down for us.
It's my pleasure.
And for all of you listening out there, keep in mind that this is a complex and ever-evolving situation. The actions of North Korea have real-world consequences, and it's important to stay informed and engaged.
Right.
So do your own research, read from a variety of sources, and form your own opinions. This is The Deep Dive signing off.
See you next time. Bye.